Hi, my name is Allison Duerre, a graduate student here at South Dakota State University in the Nutrition and Exercise Science Master's program. The topic of debt can be overwhelming as a college student. I am here to put your mind at ease on some information on debt. We first learn what debt is. Debt is the state of owing money, service, or favor. In most cases, debt as a college student is owing money. This includes loans and some financial aid opportunities that are required to be paid back. Consumer debt includes payments on credit cards, medical debts, auto payments, and large bill payments. Some considerations to keep in mind is how these debts will be paid back and avoiding accumulating debt on large payments such as bills on your credit card. Other debts are student loan debts and planning on how to pay them back. Keeping the interest amount on loans is beneficial to the budget for payments. Loans have different regulations and interest amounts, so it is important to understand which loans are best for your situation. Making a budget on how to pay back debts will be beneficial to stay on track for payments. The average debt of a college student comes from information from the 2019-2020 statistics on the Institution for College Access and Success. United States average statistical amount of debt for an undergraduate student is $30,000, and a reasonable amount of debt for a college student at South Dakota State University is $34,882. This amount comes from the amount of money borrowed to pay for education. Deciding to borrow money for college or other assets should be a well thought out decision. Too much debt can lower a person's credit score or lead to negative credit history. Debt that doesn't increase a person's net worth, is difficult to repay, or doesn't result in a positive long-term financial impact would be considered bad debt. Understanding the pros and cons of taking on the debt is important. For example, borrowing money to complete a college degree is considered good debt if the amount borrowed is reasonable compared to the expected salary of a graduate. Student loans become bad debt if the degree is not completed. The amount borrowed results in a monthly payment that is not affordable, or the expected job salary is going to be moderate. Borrowing money to buy a car means you have reliable transportation and can carry out everyday activities. If the cost of the car causes the borrower to have to give up necessities or not pay other expenses, then the debt could be considered bad. Determining how much money you need to borrow depends on your financial standing and education status. You realistically borrow the money to cover the cost of education and how much you can pay back in the future based on your career salary. There are limits on how much money you can borrow as a college student. As an undergraduate student, you may borrow $12,000 annually and $57,500 total of federal loans. When determining how much money to borrow, I recommend researching your career information on if you can afford to pay your debt back in a reasonable amount of time. The five-step process of determining how much money you need to borrow is first identifying your annual and total college expenses. An example is that at South Dakota State University, the freshman yearly indirect cost, such as tuition fees, room and board, as a South Dakota resident is $17,353 and $20,863 as a non-resident. Indirect costs are $22,696 as a South Dakota resident and $26,206 as a non-resident. Second is subtracting the funds you currently have saved for college. Third is calculating the gap between how much you have and how much you will need. Fourth, get a job such as work study to offset a small amount of the costs. Last, you apply for the loans you need to cover your education. A strategy to lower your loan balance: you should focus on making more frequent payments to lower the principal as fast as you can. You should consider bi-weekly payments to shave off time if you can afford it. Understanding your debt does not have to be an overwhelming task. For more information, visit extension.sdstate.edu. If you are finding that debt has become an issue, reach out to Lorna Woundedhead, accredited financial counselor, for advice and strategies to help with your situation.